What's up and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast for episode number 319. Wonder?
I got caramel and apples.
Why do you have caramel apples?
I don't know.
And you said you don't have time to be cutting up apples, so why not just dip the whole fucker in the caramel?
Well, I don't have time to... So, Aspen was yelling at me because she thinks my apple slices are too thick. And I just used the apple slicer that we have, which cuts them into this thickness. She likes to cut up her apples like by hand into thinner slices. And I wanted to get the podcast going, so I didn't want to sit around trying to cut up an apple and probably slice my hand open while I'm at it.
Gotcha.
Plus, to me, these are perfectly fine slices.
Fair enough. Dude's just out here eating apples.
Better than some shit I eat half the time.
You know what? That's true. We should give him some more credit.
You know what's funny?
What's funny?
They say caramel. A lot of people say that caramel is good for you.
Do they?
Yes. And I'm like, have you ever seen how caramel is made? It's literally throw sugar in a pan and melt it down and mix it up, and that's caramel. Pretty much. For the most part.
Fair enough. But all right. I don't know. There was something I was gonna say, but I forgot.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, happens.
It probably would hurt my feelings, you know.
Fair. It was funny. I could hear you bullying me while I was on the phone.
Oh.
Your mic was picking you up in the other room.
Oh. Well, it just seemed like you were having a very serious conversation that you weren't very happy with. I don't know.
Oh yeah, so dealing with, moving and apartment applications and goofiness. I don't remember what I was saying right as you left, but we're filling out, so trying to have stuff set up now so I don't have to deal with it in a few months or whatever. So we're going through and making sure, like, my girlfriend's cats are listed so that they know there will be cats eventually, even though there's not on the day I move in, but that's unimportant.
Right.
And she has fucking ESA paperwork for them, so we shouldn't have to pay pet rent and no pet deposit, which is really cool. The issue is the site they use for their pet screening stuff, they keep telling me that this is what you have to do to enter the information, but the site does not give you a place to enter that information at all, and it's pissing me the fuck off, because no, we have all of the information we need to never have to pay this. I sent you the letter. If this won't let me input it, you're just going to deal with it, and I'm moving them in and paying you nothing anyways, because fuck you. Because it is. I've called them 3 times today and had to send them multiple emails. So we'll find out tomorrow, because I sent them another one. They're like, just restart the process, because it should be right at the very beginning. So I just sent it to them, and I was like, there's not an option for that, actually. So reconsider, or maybe find a better site to do this with. Thank you.
Right.
Because other than that, everything's approved. I think my mom was like, yeah, I'm looking into whether we should just bring the truck down, or we should rent a U-Haul, or for your big stuff, if we should just hire somebody to come move it. So I'm looking into all that, and I'm like, okay, I guess. I don't care. Whatever. Well, I do care a little. If they break my shit, I'm going to be pissed.
Right. I'm sure there's a U-Haul center, like, not that far away.
Right. She's just figuring out what she thinks is best and what's what. Because I was like, well, and I don't want to pack up all of my stuff and have to sit on it for 2 weeks while I wait for movers and I'm unable to live. She's like, no, just for your big, like, actual big furniture that's a pain in the ass. I was like, oh, well, that's different and fair.
Right, because if you can rent a U-Haul for a few hours for like $180 or something like that, you know, I'd do it.
I mean, they're just, even with a rented U-Haul, there's just a lot of stuff, and it'll take more than a few hours. That I can tell you.
Well, right, but I mean, like, you could most likely, if you get a U-Haul truck, you can most likely get it in a singular load, maybe.
Maybe
Pretty close.
it's gonna be weird now
Depending
because
on
not
what
everything's
size you
taken
get.
apart. You know,
Right. Yeah.
everything's put together now.
All I'm saying is, if we can move Aspen in one haul, I think we can move you in one haul.
I don't know.
Not like she has a ton of stuff, but she has a lot of big stuff.
Right, but my big stuff doesn't come apart.
Ours does. We just didn't take it apart.
Oh, well, that's fair. Yeah, like all 4 of these shelves, and then those shelves, and then entertainment center, and couch, and giant TV, and giant desk, and chairs, and bed, and dresser, and nightstands, and I think that's, oh, and then other desk and other chair. There's 3 chairs.
Right.
But yeah. So hopefully all this stuff gets solved soon so I can start slowly moving over little stuff and go like buy a bed. Right. I need a new bed.
I know one thing that's a pain in the ass to move, and that's my PC. It was especially a pain in the ass to move in and out of the trailer house we were in, because you know the desk that my PC sits on. In the trailer house, the desk would not fit down the hallway to get into the room that I had my PC. So I had to take the desk completely apart, move it all in there, and put it all back together, and then put my PC together on it. And then do the same thing when we left, and in the process not lose all of the bolts and stuff that goes to it.
Right.
But so that was one of the last things we moved out of the trailer house was my PC because of that factor. But I don't know.
Fair. Sorry, looking at YouTube comments now, because my Halo Reach video weirdly is doing really good.
Oh yeah?
I don't know why I say weirdly. It was a good video, but
right, but it's weird. Your YouTube videos sometimes, like the random ones, do really well, and then like the ones you put a lot of effort into don't do well. So it's nice to see that a good video is actually doing well.
Right? Yeah. It's got. So I've had a lot of comments to reply to, and literally all of them are good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, which is nice.
Not one hater in there?
Nope. Well, that one asshole is kind of blocked from actually being able to say anything on my YouTube videos.
Fair. Fair enough.
I don't want to deal with that. But yeah. That one's good. So if you haven't watched my Halo Reach video, go do that.
I'm pretty sure I've watched part of it.
I was going to say, it just came out on Friday, so.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been playing a lot of the new Blackout.
I'm sure you have. You do that.
I know.
You go, I don't know if I'm going to want to play this, and then you only play that for months at a time.
I wouldn't say that's all I played, but I played quite a bit of it. I'm finally figuring out guns that I like on that game and guns that I consistently win with, which has been a process because, there's quite a few guns actually on there. Yeah, my favorite is the AK that they have.
Gotcha.
As far as the assault rifle goes, and then there's I'm trying to think of there's a light machine gun that I like, and it's kind of a high fire rate machine gun, and I like using it. I've tried the sniping thing, and it's okay. I like it, but like it just more times than not you end up in a close quarter situation, and it's nicer to have like an SMG.
Mm-hmm.
And I have an SMG that I really like, and it kind of reminds me of the Spitfire on the old Blackout. It's really high fire rate, and if
Okay.
you upgrade it to a purple or a gold up close, it's hard to it's hard to lose with that thing up close. But I have with that, if I get the AK and I get my SMG, the duo that I like, and I get them upgraded, I have won the last 8 out of 25 solo blackouts, or Call of Duty Royale, whatever the hell they call it. It's kind of annoying though because they added solos but didn't add duos.
Huh.
So, but I'm sure they're going to add it eventually, since they already added solos.
Fair. Hopefully soon we're getting duos and trios.
Yeah, because it's nice because a lot of times there's we don't have people that are not working to play with us on the days that we get to game. So, and quads is hard because like there's just so many enemy at a time to worry about. And if you don't get a clear advantage right off the bat, you're most likely going to lose the fight. So, I don't know. I like solos because when you kill somebody, they die. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about finishing them.
Valid.
So my KD has gone from a 0.92 to, since I started playing solos, I'm up to a 2.33 or something like that, KD. But it's just because I play solos. So when you drop somebody, they're dead. You get that kill, rather than you knock 3 people in squads and then you die and your team dies and everybody else gets rezzed and you don't get the kill.
Yeah. Fair.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've also discovered a location that kind of reminds me. Remember we used to drop in on the old Blackout map? There was 2 houses that we always went to. And there's another place on this map that has 2 houses. And it either has like usually it doesn't have a ton of guns, but always has a ton of upgrades, like weapon upgrades. So you get a gun, and then 4 seconds later you have a gold gun, and you have a clear advantage over everybody else who has green and gray guns. So it's kind of hit and miss there, but when you do hit, that's kind of like the old Blackout, where sometimes you have really good loot there, and sometimes you're kind of dry and looking for guns, and but I don't know. I've had fun with it. I think it's funner than the regular Warzone. I don't think it's quite Blackout.
Definitely not.
Definitely not Blackout, but like at least it's I have an equal opportunity to win. It's crazy how Warzone, as long as I played Warzone, I only have like 2 total wins on any mode. I played 25 matches and won 8 games already in solos. Just because I have an even playing field. So that goes to show anything. I am not sweaty, nor am I willing to, put my time and effort that much into grinding a meta. So, nor do I want to pay to have an advantage over everyone else.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm still waiting on there seems to be quite a bit of mixed reviews on the old Crimson Desert.
Oh yeah, because
When
they
that came out.
did some interesting things, and also every bit of gameplay I've watched, it kind of looks like ass.
Really?
Like, yeah, it's animated very weirdly. There was a weird AI thing, but I think it was just a genuine mistake because the game's been in development for so long. That has happened with a few other studios that I'm not as mad about. We'll see if that changes as more stuff comes out. I just think it doesn't look good. Like, as
Right.
I've seen gameplay. Trailers are one thing, but gameplay's a whole different beast. You know how
Right.
that is.
It's weird because like I have not come across the comment that's like either it's okay, it's fun, but it's not my favorite. I haven't come across one of those comments. It's either this game is awesome, I really love it, or this game is ass, I hate it so much. And it really, really, really reminds me of like Dark Souls games, where people were like, "This game sucks," and there's other people that are like, "This game is really awesome." So it part of me wants to think that maybe because there's a lot of people that complain about, oh, it's really hard, and like to me that's like doesn't deter me because I like a challenge, and so like when I see like actual game reviewers that say, oh, the puzzles are too hard and the fighting is too hard. Well, it's like, yeah, well, you've been in the game for 50 seconds and, you know,
Fair.
I don't know. I like a challenge. So I don't know. Eventually I'll probably get the game unless there's something in the game that like totally makes me like, oh, hell no, I ain't doing that.
Fair.
You know, so far I haven't come across anything like that. I did see the AI thing, and then I seen the comments about, well, it was a mistake. It wasn't supposed to be there, and it's going to get removed, and blah blah blah. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm still kind of letting it mellow out to see
Yeah.
what happens there.
But interesting AI news though.
Oh,
OpenAI, who makes ChatGPT, is shutting down Sora, the app that has been used to make all of the shitty AI videos that we've all been stuck seeing. They're just ending it. No more AI videos. There are still
Yes,
some
thank
other
you.
companies, but most of it's based off Sora anyways, so they're all going to die anyways. So this is very good. And before it was announced that they were doing that, Disney announced that they were pulling the funding and the allowing them to use all of their characters like they were planning. So I think, unsurprisingly, the AI art revolution is dead. Thank the gods.
good.
AI
That shit
cannot
drives
make
me
art.
nuts.
It cannot, and it pisses me off.
Mhm.
Watching people call themselves artists when all they do is type into ChatGPT drives me nuts.
Right. Like if you want to cut corners and make like a poster to invite someone to a party or some shit, whatever.
Even then, no.
No.
It takes 4 seconds to do that yourself. It is genuinely the using AI thing, because to make a poster, you just slap images together on Canva, which is a free app. Like,
Right.
it is entirely free to do it yourself and takes slightly more time and a little bit of brain power. If you're using AI, all that tells me is that you're a lazy piece of shit and I shouldn't want to talk to you anyways. That's it.
It's funny. It's funny that you say that because since you brought up Canva, so my sister, love her to death, but she was trying to help us with our like wedding invites and stuff, and she kept trying to use Chat GPT to do it. And every time, visually it would look fine, but like there would be something wrong with it. Every single time she would tell it specifically, this is what I want, this is what I need, do this, and it would come up with a thing, and it would either fuck up the date or it would not add the address, or it would leave out, or it would word the where it's at incorrectly, or every single time she tried sending it to us, it had some kind of issue with it, and it was just driving us nuts. And then I think she ended up eventually just going to Canva and creating one. And so, I don't know.
It's just
Either way,
It's one of
We
those
got the
things because
invites out.
especially by the time you got it working, it's like, man, it would have been faster and easier to just do this myself.
Yeah. Oh, and it wasn't the wedding invite. I'm pretty sure it was the baby shower invite.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Yeah. So, which it was one thing I didn't have to do, so I was fine with it. I was like, whatever you do, as long as they get people know where to go and what time.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
So,
another thing that happened this week. So I still have my Google Pixel. I've been mad at this phone. It's had a bunch of problems. So I was going to switch back to my iPhone yesterday. So I went through all of the effort to switch back to my iPhone. And then remember how I used to have weird service issues in my apartment? Well, now my iPhone won't connect to service at all in my apartment, so I can no longer make phone calls because Wi-Fi calling on it just doesn't work. So phone calls no longer work at all. So then I got to switch back to this phone. Fucking yippee. God, that was some fucking stupid shit. Mostly, I wanted to switch back to my iPhone. Like, the weird issues with this phone, whatever. The, like, fuck it, I'm going to switch back was mostly because I have the Apple Card, and you cannot get an app on an Android phone that will allow you to track your spending on the Apple Card, and I don't like not being able to know what's being purchased. Because if there's a purchase I didn't do, I want to know that it happened so I can resolve it. And I can't check that on this phone.
So ridiculous. Your phones are just like, yeah, die in a fire. GFC.
Dude, pretty much. It's annoying as fuck. But yeah.
Then here's me with my S21 I've had for 6 years.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for September when the Apple Fold comes out because I like the way that one looks.
Yeah.
I might not end up getting it. I know I'm going to end up getting another iPhone, though, just for the Apple Card thing, because not being able to track that card isn't worth it. And genuinely, when I looked at Samsung and I was using my Fold before that, I wasn't like, oh, this is great. I wasn't like, oh, this sucks, I would never use this. I was just like, oh, this doesn't matter. Using the Pixel, it's like, oh, this doesn't do anything for me, good or bad. So I guess I just don't care. And one of these allows me to do a thing that none of the others do. I'm mad at Apple about that, not anybody else, but like, I'm going to do the thing that makes the most sense, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I have just a debit card, and I have an app that I track my debit card.
Yeah.
So I never take receipts for anything unless I plan on maybe having to return it. But for the most part, I just track everything on the app.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring up a little sports.
Ooh, okay.
Enjoy Vandemark, you bastard.
He's just gonna. Well, I would say he's just gonna be a backup, but I can't remember the last time Darisaw and Brian O'Neill both played a full season, so he'll see the field, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, he subbed behind Spencer Brown, and Spencer Brown went down a few times, and shit. When he went in, you didn't even know there was a difference. You didn't even know Spencer Brown was injured. So, like, on an athletic scale, he scored a 98 percentile, which is fucking crazy. The dude's huge. He's got a massive wingspan. So, he's really... I've seen a lot of potential in him, and it kind of makes me nervous that we don't have that depth at the line, because now that we don't have the depth at that line, now will be the year that we have a shit ton of fucking linemen go down injured, and then Josh Allen gets murdered. So, yeah, we have everything else, and now we don't have a line, and nobody will protect Josh Allen, so Josh Allen's going to get murdered, and then we'll lose in the second round of the playoffs again.
Why not? That's like, isn't that the goal? Isn't that like what Brandon Beane strives for, is to make it to the second round of the playoffs and protect his job?
I don't know. I don't know what we're doing anymore. Every year, I get my hopes up. I get excited. The year rolls around. We get to the playoffs, and my dreams are crushed.
Happens. I get it. Welcome to football.
Yeah.
Yep. Van Denmark is now already rocking Vikings gear for all of his workouts.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to leave Buffalo so bad.
Well, I had a feeling he kind of wanted. He wants a chance at a starting position and better money, because the dude is athletic and he is pretty good. He's got that experience. Buffalo knew he kind of wanted a little more, so that's why they did the deal with him that they did, which was if somebody offers a contract for him that's higher than the minimum contract they have to offer him, then
either we match it or he can go.
Yep, exactly. And they were like 4.2 million, which I thought, that's barely higher than the minimum 3.5 million or whatever.
Yeah.
I would just pay the dude and bring him back, and then you have solid depth. But I also get that, you could probably go out there and get someone for, the bare minimum. That's, because it's a backup, basically. And I get it, but I don't know. They might draft a guy, too. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to draft. I have part of me wants to say that they're going to go for an early, like their first round, they're going to spend on a receiver. But also I could see them spending their first round on a linebacker too. But I have a feeling that and then I've also heard some stuff about Dion Dawkins, and I'm not sure what's going on there. They haven't, restructured his contract.
Yeah.
To free up cap, which is weird, because if they did that, that would free up like $11 million right off the bat for us to use. And they're not doing it. So that tells me, like, is Dion Dawkins on notice? Were they just definitely not impressed with what he did last year? And they're like, hey, dude, if you don't do well this year, we're going to let you walk,
Right.
I don't know.
Well, it also might just be you're old, so it might be time to move on. Right.
But I don't think he was bad last year, but he did have some, like, he did worse. Like, last year was definitely like his worst year as a lineman, but like it was still better than like any of the linemen on the Chargers. So
fair. Well, that's actually just factually untrue.
Well, besides, who's the one dude on the Chargers that's...
Well, I was going to say Joe Alt, and I was going to say Rashawn Slater, but I think he was hurt before the season started.
Alt's who I'm thinking of, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know. I think it wasn't that he wasn't doing a good job. It was more of the mental errors. Like, he was false starting, stupid penalties like holdings when he didn't have to hold, and I don't know. It was just dumb things. Well, he did say that, like, he felt a little bit sluggish this last year because he had put on quite a bit of weight.
Mm-hmm.
And so he thought that slowed him down a little bit. So he went on to, that's what happens when you get older. You put on weight. It's harder to lose or maintain a weight. So he went on a diet and got a dietitian, and he's down quite a bit of weight now. So hopefully he'll be like himself the year prior. But I don't know. I feel like the Bills with them not restructuring his contract, that they might be putting him on notice. Like, hey, you know, got to do good this year, or you're walking.
Interesting.
So I can definitely see him. I can definitely see him drafting a young lineman. You know,
Yeah.
as some backup. I still think that they're going to bring in some kind of veteran. Because I think Anderson is who they're thinking is going to be the starting tackle, I believe. I'm also a firm believer that you don't just give somebody a job that's never had a starting job. I think they should earn it. So to bring in, I think they should bring in a veteran lineman and have him have to work for it if he wants to be the starter. So
fair.
I don't know. I don't know. So Kyler Murray is only a 1-year contract, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm still kind of like I thought they might do it, but I was like, I'm still kind of shocked that they did it.
I knew they were going to do it, and it's still weird.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to feel about football anymore.
I don't either. That's why I no longer care. Baseball starts like tomorrow. Well, if you're watching this now, baseball started. Though the Rockies don't play their first game until tomorrow.
Right.
Because the Rockies are the only of all 30 teams. Well, the Rockies and the Marlins, because that's who they're playing, are the only two teams that are not playing their game on the same opening day as everybody else. Don't understand.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a mountain
ridiculous.
thing.
It's certainly something.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not enthused about work this week. It's just been a crazy mess trying to get things sorted out before I go on leave. I'm really worried because I have a feeling that I'm going to leave and then come back to a shit ton of work orders.
Fair.
Because it does not take long working out there. If you get stuck on a job that's priority, for a week or something like that, you go, like, for instance, we had that priority well thing where our 10,000 gallon water tank blew away in the 100-mile-an-hour wind. And it broke it all to hell. So we had to put in an in-ground one. And that took us about a week and a half. In a week and a half, I went from 80 work orders to 192 or something like that in just a week and a half. Because I didn't get to work on any other work orders. So, and then also another guy was on, leave for medical stuff. And so it was just me and one other guy. And so the good thing is we do have another guy getting hired. So, but I won't be around to train him. I'll be most likely on leave for the baby.
I was going to say, does your leave have a planned start date, or are you just waiting?
No, it's so basically what I did is I gave him okay, it could be from this day to this day, and it's a broad, scope. So, if baby comes early, all I have to do is, because I'm approved from this time frame to this time frame. So, I don't know, I have I started it the 20th of this month, and I went 3 months later to the 20th, because I technically don't have to use it all at once if I don't want to. I most likely will, but all I have to do is enter it into my time card system, as FMLA. So it's whenever baby comes, that's the day it starts. I just log FMLA for every day that I am not at work, that I'm supposed to be anyway. So not too bad. Kind of nice. So, but
Gotcha. Oh, trying to fill things out is so annoying.
yeah, doing the paperwork to buy this house was ridiculous sometimes. At least it was nice because our lender was very helpful.
Yeah.
And she's on the department with me, so it was helpful because knew her on a personal level, and she's also really good at what she does. She's been doing it a really long time, so she was. When I walked in there to get all the signed to make it official to put the house in our name and stuff like that, there's literally papers about that thick that you sit there and you just sign your name, sign this, date here, do that, sign. Oh my God. And then there was papers that, because Aspen and I are both on the house, I had to sign, do this stuff, mark this stuff, sign, date. And then she would be working on a different paper, and then we would swap because we both had to sign the papers.
Yeah.
So yeah, it took quite a while to fill out all that paperwork. By the time it was all said and done, my hand was cramping and my penmanship was getting worse and worse and worse. But I guess it was worth it. Got a roof over my head. So I don't know. You said you filled out a March Madness bracket, didn't you?
Yep.
How's that doing?
Yeah, because you told me I was dumb for thinking Nebraska could make it out of the first round. And I'm like the only person in the world who's been correct with how far Nebraska's made it, because
there's two guys in my group that predicted them to win too. I predicted them to win the first one. I thought the second one was going to be close, but I thought they were going to lose it because, Nebraska, they like to choke. So now it's almost better this way in my opinion, because now they're going to lose to Iowa. So it's even funnier.
They're not going to lose to Iowa.
We'll see. But it's going to be funny when they do.
It's not going to happen.
Because it's, they're like nemesis. And they're kryptonite because they've never won against Iowa in the, I don't know, the last couple of times they've played them didn't go so well. So we'll see this time. A lot more on the line, I guess.
True.
But other than that, my I'm doing a lot better than I intended. Yeah. And I thought I was going to be towards the bottom of the deal, and there for a while I was tied with first until Florida decided to lose to Iowa.
I called that one too.
Did you?
Yeah.
That was lucky. Yeah, because let me pull up. Let me see what my percentage. Because does yours show the percentage?
No. ESPN doesn't. At least not that I see. Oh yeah, it does.
Oh.
I think. Yeah. I think it does.
Because it says PCT 90%. Mine's at 90. I'm 90% correct.
Interesting. Yeah, yours is better than mine.
I'm ranked 2.7 million in the nation. I was the lowest. So the highest rank I was 1.2 million there for a while until Florida lost.
I'm still all right because 3 of my final 4 are still in.
Yeah. I got 490 total points on the ESPN app. And I am sitting... Where am I sitting in my group? Hold on. I'm sitting third right now. I have 490, and I have technically I'm sitting second. I don't know why I'm sitting. It calls me third because there's two guys that have 510, and then there's two of us with 490. So technically, I'm second. I'm tied with second. So that's interesting.
Yeah,
but it's funny because there was two guys in our league that picked the Gators to win the championship. So that's got to be rough.
Yeah. Not great for sure.
There's one guy in our group that picked Nebraska to win it, which I think I brought that up last week.
Yeah.
There's not very much diversity in this group. We had two Gators, two people that thought Gators were going to win. We got three of us that think Arizona are going to win it. And we got one Nebraska, one Michigan, and then we got two Houston Texans that think they're going to win it. So
I don't think the Houston Texans are going to win anything. That is an NFL team.
Or not the Houston Texans.
Just Houston.
University of Houston. I'm used to saying the Houston Texans. I only talk football usually.
This is true.
But there hasn't been a ton of super crazy upsets. Like there's the Texans over Gonzaga. Florida losing to Iowa, that was an upset, quote unquote. Because I almost picked Iowa to win against Florida too, but I didn't have Florida making it very much farther. That's for sure. Because I had them getting by Iowa, and then beating Nebraska, and then losing to Duke, I believe. And I think it's going to be Duke and Arizona in the championship.
Interesting. Fair. I don't care enough about it, so if Nebraska wins it all and I get it right, that's funny. Which is why I picked Nebraska, because it's the funniest outcome.
I would cry because I'm never going to hear the end of it from Aspen.
Yeah, well,
because she's a Nebraska fan, obviously, because she's from Nebraska. But yeah,
valid.
Yep, I would say so.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how much more I got. We're only like 43 minutes in, but I don't know if there's much more to say.
Right. I feel like it's been a very uneventful week.
Right.
Just nothing has happened. Nothing exciting has happened. There's not much sports that I care about, really. I talk about the March Madness. That's just because I got roped into it. You know me, I got to be competitive no matter what I do.
Yeah. Fair.
But I don't know. I just think it's funny that because my niece's boyfriend, he's always teasing me about not knowing anything about basketball. Well, he's currently sitting like next to last in our league. Not too bad for a guy that don't know nothing about basketball, huh?
Right.
But I don't know. I just think it's funny. As long as I do better than him, I'm fine.
Valid.
We're always teasing each other.
Weirdos.
Well, I mean, it's kind of if you're going to be part of this family, you're gonna get teased. It's just
Fair.
It's how we show our love, is we pick on you. You should know we tease you too.
Fair. That does happen sometimes.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess. I don't think I got anything else, you?
No, that's all for me.
All right, well, guess that'll do it for us. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.